ladies and gentlemen, from my home state, this is from Murraysville, Pennsylvania, the Franklin Regional High School Band. The band is under the direction of Kevin Pollock, and they have their drum majors Emily Berry, Dan Morachko, and Luke Brennan. And they are going to put on quite a show, ladies and gentlemen. They're going to take you back in time. And this is Franklin Regional High School Band's first appearance in the Tournament of Roses. The band has also appeared in the Pegasus Parade at the Kentucky Derby Festival, the National Cherry Blossom Festival Parade in D.C., a Pennsylvania Governor's Inaugural Parade in Harrisburg, and numerous parades at Walt Disney World's Magic Kingdom in Orlando.
Hello everyone, I'm Luke, and this is the Franklin Regional High School Panther Marching Band from Murraysville, Pennsylvania, just 17 miles east of Pittsburgh. This is just a little something we call the Steel City Time Machine. We brought it here over 2,400 miles from western Pennsylvania so that we can tell you more about the place we call home, Pittsburgh, PA. This baby can do some pretty remarkable things. Just imagine you, our audience, being transported back in time and forward again. Let me show you. Katie, can you power on the machine so we can... Wait, what's that? It looks like we're having some, technical difficulties. Can you just hold on one sec? Thanks. Oh, I know. Everybody, it looks like we're gonna need your help to power up the time machines. We need some energy. So, how about if, on the count of 3, you clap your hands, stomp your feet, even yell as loud as you can. Make as much noise as possible. Let's see if we can jumpstart this machine. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
The history of the Steel City predates the American Revolution, when England and France fought for control of that strategic point of land where the Monongahela River meets the Allegheny River to form the mighty Ohio River. And young George Washington played an important role in the British victory. George, are you okay? Fort Pitt became a British stronghold at the headwaters of the Ohio River, and the town that grew up around it, Pittsburgh, became the gateway to the West for a new nation. 20th century. Through the 1800s and into the 20th century, Pittsburgh became a leading center for commerce and industry. H.J. Heinz, Andrew Carnegie, Andrew Mellon, and George Westinghouse were just a few of the industrial giants who built their fortunes in Pittsburgh. I'm Bill Raycock with News Radio 1020 KDKA in Pittsburgh, the world's first commercially licensed radio station. Our very first newscast in November 1920 signaled a new era in communication. While commercial radio was in its infancy, Pittsburgh's steel industry was already in its prime. Our city was known worldwide for its steel production. In the 1940s, the 95 million tons of steel produced during World War II earned Pittsburgh the nickname Steel City. Just imagine, gathering around the radio in the 40s, tuning into KDKA, and tapping your toes to music like this.
Time machine. Are you enjoying your 15 minutes of fame?
That well-known phrase was coined by the famous Pittsburgh artist Andy Warhol, wasn't it?
Uh-huh. And how about these famous musicians? All from Pittsburgh. Stephen Foster, Henry Mancini, and George Benson.
And celebrities like Jeff Goldblum, Shirley Jones, Christina Aguilera, and Stan the Man Usual.
And how about Michael Keaton? Hey, that was pretty good, Sound Machine. I didn't know you could do impersonations. Can you sing, too? Oh, I get it. Gene Kelly, another native Pittsburgher.
This is Fred Rogers. What a special friend you are.
And we think you're pretty special, too. For our machine, thanks. I bet you didn't know. The DreamWorks movie I Am Number 4 was filmed on location at Franklin Regional High School.
Of course, but my all-time favorite Steel City movie is a classic from the 80s. Luke, does the band take requests? If so, I'd like to hear something from Flashdance.
Steelers and University of Pittsburgh football and men's basketball. Coming to you by way of the Time Machine. Pittsburgh is the only city in America where all the professional sports teams wear the same colors, the black and gold. It's home to the three-time Stanley Cup champion Pittsburgh Penguins, five-time World Series champion Pirates, and six-time Super Bowl champion Pittsburgh Steelers. It's also home to golf legend Arnold Palmer. Hey Luke, catch this. Did you know that the Pittsburgh area is the birthplace of 12 NFL Hall of Fame players, including George Blanda, Mike Ditka, Tony Dorsett, Jack Ham, Jim Kelly, Dan Marino, Joe Montana, Joe Namath, and Johnny Unitas. That's quite a lineup. So is the Franklin Regional Drumline. It's time we celebrate the City of Champions.
Attention, Franklin Regional Panther Band. This time machine's finely tuned sensory receptors detect your audience now appears to be trapped in 2011, while anticipating a huge celebration in 2012. Just imagine launching them into the future. Far, far into the future. Where no audience has gone before. Into the Time Warp.
my goodness gracious.
Still have time. The Franklin Regional High School Panther Band is directed by Kevin Pollock, Assistant Director Lauren Sylvester, Band Front Coordinator and Art Director Carla Caloretto, Drumline Instructor Brian Coiner, and Band Choreographer Jen Bobola. The band is under the field direction of drum majors Emily Berry, Dan Morachko, and Luke Brennan. Top engineers are Paul and Deb Scheinert. The voice of the time machine is Jim DeCesar.